Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Abishan, and welcome back to another video. As I said in the previous video, I may cover or I may give my thoughts on Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson fight, and I'm gonna do that here today. so, um, from what I've seen, this fight actually wasn't as good. Like, it wasn't good, but it was very popular. But when we start deepening into this fight, like how this fight really, what this fight means, like, this fight wasn't really that good, if I'm being honest. I looked at the highlights before, obviously recording now. They weren't good. I'm gonna go through some of these highlights, but as the match progresses, or as this event progresses, obviously you can see a notable changes throughout Jake and Mike, especially Mike, which I think you guys will know. But we're gonna watch a bit of this. These highlights were only 2 minutes long for 8 rounds. 2 minutes. I feel like 5 minutes. I would have accepted 4 or 5 minutes. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes just seems very short for an 8 round match. It wasn't great, to be honest. Well, I know who won. I think you lot all know. That was a good shot from Jake. But Mike's defense is decent here. Again, I don't know that much about boxing. I've watched a lot of boxing matches, but I still don't know a lot. So I'm gonna try and be accurate. Well, that was a good punch. Again, this was in the first round. Let's remember that. Because it's always the first round that Mike will do well, considering he's 58 years old. And Jake is literally 31 years older. And yeah, I'm pretty sure 31 years older. Well, 31 years younger, not older. That would be crazy. 31 years younger. See, I'm not very good at explaining things. Yeah, barely does graze Mike's eyebrow here. 3 rounds. Obviously, it's not right after the first round. Mike doesn't get immediately tired because you can see here Mike charges forward to his Jake very aggressively, so he's definitely not out of energy yet. Again, as the match progresses, it becomes more evident. This is the amount of punches. Unofficial scoreboard. Tyson threw more punches. Oh, look at that! Look at that! You can see Mike is starting to struggle a bit. Jake is taking advantage. At least that's what I'm thinking here. Let's go back. Look at those punches thrown by Jake. They were good punches. It did look good, but I don't feel like they were powerful enough. Like Mike didn't fall over. Mike was steady. He was stable. Even if he's 58 years old, he still has some of that Mike Tyson, you know, back in those days when Mike would absolutely annihilate everyone. He still has some of those elements in this fight, and I mean, Mike's hurt. You see Jake Paul land a beautiful jab with right hand first. Okay, I am a bit wrong here. Jake. Okay, they weren't as powerful, but they were powerful enough to hurt Mike. Obviously, Mike's a lot older than Jake, so it does make sense. Look, Mike was thrown off. And it's round 5, so more than halfway through the match. Mike is not throwing as much punches. You can see the first time Mike was throwing quite a bit of punches. Now he's not throwing a lot. Look at this. Jake's throwing a bit of overhands. I think that's what those called. Those are called. But those probably did hurt Mike. Jake's combat skills here, by the way. Mike's throwing punch. Jake comes back. Jake actually lands, I think. I don't know if we're gonna get a closer view of this. We might. Oh, his wrist goes on his head. Then the second time, the boxing glove goes on this side of Mike's head. Oh, that really hurt, Mike. Did you see that? Let's slow this down a bit. 0.75. Oh, that was a really hard impact. You can see that. What round was this? This may have been the eighth. I think this is the eighth. This is the eighth round, final round. 30 seconds left. Jake, there was a really hard punch. And that definitely, you can see Mike's facial expression. He's hurt. He's hurt. Okay, let me put this back to normal speed. Mike's not throwing as much punches. You can see Mike's a little bit more defense. See, Jake's because he has to respect. Mike is one of the greatest boxers in the world, and Jake's respecting him, and we like that. We like that. Whether there's one of the Logan Paul brothers doesn't really respect. I respect Jake. Jake actually. I don't really like Jake, but I actually respect Jake here. Obviously, you have to respect Mike. You cannot disrespect one of the greatest boxers of all time. See, that was it. See, look at that. Look at that. The Mike and Jake, they don't hate each other. I don't think they hate each other. They respect each other. And yes, Jake did win over Mike, which was to be somewhat expected because this in a lot of ways this match was actually unfair, and I'll get onto that pretty shortly. But yeah, all right. Some flaws with this match. There's quite a bit, but I'll explain some of it. The age difference. A lot of people are criticizing Jake for fighting old people. Let me phrase that better. So the times Jake has won boxing matches is him fighting very old people, like people that are 35 plus, 37 plus. I would consider those people to be old in the older generation. You know what I mean? And the only fight he's lost is to Tommy Fury, who is actually somewhat close to Jake's age. Tommy's 25 years old. Jake's 27. Mike is 58, so you can imagine how hard it is for Mike. If Jake is throwing this hard of a bunch of these punches, it's gonna be hard for Mike to combat those. His defense was decent, but he was really focused on defense this latter half of the match because the good thing is Mike is old. Mike's not gonna have all the energy to last 8 rounds, not 6 rounds, not 4 rounds. It's 8 rounds. It's gonna be a very long match. And yeah. And another thing I noticed that those those shorts Jake and Mike were wearing, I think those are shorts. Those clothes they wear, they're shorts slash boxers. I'm not very good at this boxing thing. All right, those shorts. I'm just gonna call them shorts. Those shorts they were wearing. I think Jake's shorts were like $1 million for just a boxing. I know this is probably one of the biggest boxing matches of the century, but I feel like $1 million shorts to wear in a fight in front of 70,000 people. I think that's. I don't feel like that was necessary. I would maybe 100,000, maybe 50,000. 1 million just seems like a stretch. Just let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I did hear of that. So yeah, and yeah, I really just yeah. It's also kind of sad. The thing is, we know, as I mentioned, like 1 million times, Mike is very old. He's literally older than my dad. That's how old he is. And during the match, I didn't get to see the match as a whole because in my region the match took place at 1 a.m. and I'm sleeping during 1 a.m. so I can't watch it. So I just watched the highlights, and here we watched the highlights again, and it's kind of it is sad seeing Mike deteriorate, like Mike weakening after every round. It is sad to see, and Jake looks like he literally is getting stronger over Mike because Mike is weakening, and as Mike weakens, it looks like Jake is getting stronger. But I don't think that was the case. And one of the press conferences after the fight, post after this fight, Jake. I think at one point Jake says he let his foot off the gas. At one point he admits to doing that. I don't think he really did do that, but it didn't really look like he let his foot off the gas. Maybe at sometimes, but I really didn't think he did that. I mean, honestly, I didn't even watch the whole fight, so I could definitely be wrong. So yeah, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to take a look, talk to you guys about this. I really didn't. Well, I don't really. I can't. I literally cannot talk. I didn't really like this fight, if I'm being honest. Sure, it was one of the biggest fights of the century, and I think Mike tweeted out that it'll be his last boxing fight. Gladly, I'm really glad that's his last boxing fight. He shouldn't be boxing after this point. He really shouldn't have shouldn't have agreed to do this match. If I'm being honest, considering his age, but yeah, I think the match was just unfair, man. I think a lot of us knew, even if we wanted Mike to win. I think a lot of us knew, the majority of us knew that Jake was going to win. Probably because of the age gap. I know we're judging because of based of age, but in this case, yeah, I don't. I'm not really good at explaining things, so yeah, and yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know what I'm gonna be making a video on tomorrow, whenever I make a video or stream something. I don't know. Well, it'll probably be Roblox related, as there's not much other stuff that's not Roblox related I can cover right now. So, um, I guess I'll see you guys in a bit. Um, I've heard Tommy Fury. I don't know if you guys know this. You guys probably do. Tommy Fury's returning to Misfits Boxing, and he's fighting. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's fighting someone, and it is official. So I'll definitely be watching that. I might give my thoughts on that. Like I said, like before on this channel, I just want to do anything I can, uh, anything I'm able to do, I will do on this channel. That's just a fact. So I'm doing this. So yeah, it's not gonna be all Roblox centered, Roblox related. So yeah, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll guess I'll see you a lot in a bit. I know I'm gonna see you a lot, but yeah, probably Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, bye guys. Peace.